Please be seated. Class of 2021, we are here, and this is not Zoom. Good afternoon. As president of McDaniel, I am pleased to welcome you today to our 151st commencement ceremony. And before we start, I would like to hear a fanfare composed by Glenn Caldwell, professor of music, for a beautiful fanfare that celebrated our 150th anniversary. Thank you, Professor Caldwell. So let me ask if anyone there happens to have a digital device today. You can please take it out. And now that it's in your hand, on behalf of all the parents here, I would just encourage you to turn the ringer off. However, turn it around and take all the pictures you like, text, tweet, update your Facebook status, put down an Instagram photo, and please include hashtag McDaniel21 on all of your posts. And since we're in a new space this year, I want to encourage you to please make note of the 2 exits to the left of the stage where the balloons are. Any of these can be used in case of an emergency and also at the end of our ceremony. And please also note the emergency medical services tent, the green tent in the back, and you can go there if you need any assistance. And especially since we're expecting some pretty high temperatures today, I hope you got a bottle of water when you came in the stadium. There are additional bottles of water at the green tents if you need them. Also, I want to note you should have received a mask if you did not bring one, and we ask that you please wear your mask unless you are seated in accordance with the Carroll County Health Department regulations. And this will also include our graduates as you walk across the stage to pick up your diploma. Class of 21, I am so glad to be here today to celebrate with you in person. Today we celebrate not only your many achievements on the Hill, but also the incredible commitment and resilience that got you to this very moment. There is no doubt you have certainly had an extraordinarily challenging year, one that required you to reimagine how you learn, how to make necessary sacrifices for the good of the community, and how to learn to be comfortable in the new world of uncomfortability. And yet, you pushed through. You persevered. It may not have been easy, it may not have been pretty, but you are here ready to get your degree. So class of 2021, this is your day. Welcome to this ceremony. Graduates, you range in age from 20 to 70. You hail from Alaska to Arizona, from Colorado to Connecticut, Oregon, Iowa, Delaware, New Mexico, 25 states plus the District of Columbia in all, and you also hail from 9 countries: Ecuador, Ethiopia, Guatemala, Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, Taiwan, United Kingdom, Venezuela, and the USA. So I should be saying to you, hola, salam, bonjour, ni hao, and hey y'all. You have studied in 19 countries around the world: Austria, Belgium, China, Costa Rica, Czech Republic, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Egypt, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Ireland, Italy, Jordan, Mexico, Netherlands, Peru, Spain, and the UK. Your diversity of interest is reflected in your studies in 55 majors, and the top 5 majors are business administration, psychology, kinesiology, political science, and biology. One student today is graduating with 3 majors: kinesiology, accounting, economics, and business administration. You are headed for jobs and graduate studies in places such as Arizona, Colorado, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Virginia, West Virginia, and more. One student will be traveling 3,347 miles to continue their education in Dublin, Ireland. You are the class of 21. I want to now draw your attention to the talented and regalia-clad colleagues of mine seated in the stands in the M. All of these folks played a critical role in the education and growth of all our students and contributed to your success both inside and outside the classroom. These faculty have been your guides, mentors, and coaches. They've helped you explore yourselves and the world around. They pushed you beyond your comfort zone so that you can now traverse with confidence into an unpredictable world that lies ahead. So I would like to ask these outstanding individuals who serve on the faculty, our staff, our administration, and as trustees of our college to rise now so that we can recognize you for your exceptional work. Class of 21, I leave you with 2 requests. One, wherever you go, no matter how far you travel around the world, please say and wear "I am McDaniel" with pride. Spread the word about this college. And request 2, friend us, email us, post to us regular updates. We want to keep up with your accomplishments, and keep it up. You are now liberal artists and scientists, or masters of your professional disciplines, charged with working collaboratively to confront the world's problems and embrace change as your friend. And we can't wait to see how you shape the world and to hear your stories when you come back to the Hill as alumni. You will make an incredible impact on this world, and I am absolutely certain of that. In the back of your program, you will find 8 pages of names of students who received awards for outstanding achievement, including the Bates Prize and the Mary Lewis Prize for the outstanding male and female class members of 2021, as well as those who have been elected to various honor societies. And although these awards and recognitions were presented during the virtual senior awards ceremonies last night, I would like, in the presence of our larger gathering, to ask all the people who've received awards whose names are listed here, please stand and be recognized for your accomplishments. So don't be shy. Stand up so we can congratulate you. It's now my pleasure to introduce our chair of the McDaniel College Board of Trustees, Lieutenant General Retired Otto Gunther.
Thank you, Dr. Casey. As chair of the Board of Trustees of McDaniel College, I bring greetings to you on behalf of the board itself. We congratulate all of you who are graduating today. On this occasion, I would like to recognize 6 members of our community who retired last year and have been elected by our Board of Trustees as emeritus faculty. Dr. Donna Everglades, Professor of Foreign Languages and History with 33 years of service. Dr. Andrea L. Hoffman, Associate Professor of Kinesiology with 15 years of service. Dr. Eddie Laird, Associate Professor of Education with 20 years of service. Dr. Kathy Mangan, Professor of English with 43 years of service. Dr. Vasilis Pagonis, Professor of Physics with 34 years of service, and Dr. Susan Scott, Professor of Art and Art History with 19 years of service. I would also like to take a moment to recognize 6 members of our community who will retire this year and have now been elected by our Board of Trustees as emeritus faculty. Dr. Robin Armstrong, Associate Professor of Music with 26 years of service. Dr. Richard Claybaum, Professor of Economics and Business Administration with 40 years of service. Dr. Vera Jacoby, Associate Professor of Philosophy with 25 years of service. Dr. David Kreider, Senior Lecturer in Music with 40 years of service. Dr. Henry Reif, Professor of Special Education with 32 years of service. And Dr. Ethan Sedell, Professor of Economics and Business Administration with 52 years of service. Together, these amazing professors have given 379 years of dedication to this college. Let's recognize them again. I would now like to take a moment to recognize our 2021 Faculty Award recipients. The Shelton Adjunct Faculty Award for Teaching Excellence, recognizing an adjunct faculty member at the graduate or undergraduate level whose teaching demonstrates commitment to excellence and genuine care for students, is Tara Spicer Bartolane, Senior Adjunct Lecturer in Kinesiology. The IRISEP Teaching Enhancement Grant, which encourages a significant project that has enhanced teaching as its outcome, was awarded to Shana Jung Ah Jocelyn, Assistant Professor of Theater, Design, and Technology. The IRISEP Distinguished Teaching Award, recognizing inspired classroom work and dedication to students, was awarded to Maggie McDivitt, Professor of Psychology. Let's give these folks another applause.
It's my pleasure to present 3 awards, 1 to a master's degree candidate and 2 to our bachelor's degree candidates. And these awards are described in more detail on page 6 of your program. First, the B. Jill Brooks Hodge Professional Development Award is given to a graduate student who has demonstrated academic excellence with a strong compassion for individuals with special needs and an interest in serving the deaf or disabled. This year's Hodge Award recipient is Prishay Renee Jefferson, who is graduating with a master's degree in deaf education. Prishay, please come forward. Prishay was born to a hearing family and experienced a bilateral hearing loss at 7 years old. Originally from Virginia Beach, Virginia, she attended 3 schools that offered a deaf and hard of hearing program from 3rd through 12th grade before obtaining a bachelor's degree in English from Gallaudet University in Washington, D.C. Following graduation, she was hired as a deaf interpreter and an English instructor at the English Language Institute at Gallaudet. She then went on to teach English at the Model Secondary School for the Deaf in Washington, D.C., where she has taught language arts skills in varying grades from 9th through 12th since August 2018. Roche says it has always been her dream to teach deaf and hard of hearing students. Congratulations. The Edith Farr Riddington Writing Award goes to a senior whose paper is judged to be the best of those submitted by the various departments. And this year, two seniors, Michaela R. Lee and Julia Kate Dunn, will receive Riddington Awards for their papers. Please come forward. Michaela Lee of Columbia, Maryland, titled her capstone paper, People Love Prison, Orange is the New Black and the New Prison Curiosity Complex. In her paper, Michaela, who graduates magna cum laude with honors in English, tackles timely and provocative questions such as, is it possible for a non-minority writer to convincingly display and represent minorities to other non-minorities? And is that really representation? According to her capstone advisor, English professor Robert Kocher, Michaela is a deep and boldly original thinker who deftly takes on critical race theorists who claim that white writers have a duty to create black characters. Michaela argues that the writers of Orange is the New Black offer problematic portrayals of marginalized groups and explains how this is related to what she calls the writer's gentrification of the concept of freedom itself, a symbolic message that ultimately contradicts their stated attempt to depict the injustices that incarcerated women face. Michaela, who is also the winner of the McCoskey Award for Excellence in English, looks forward to walking back into high school English classrooms in Howard County, Maryland Public Schools to share with her students her passion for reading and writing. Congratulations, Michaela. One picture here. Julia Kate Dunn of Reisterstown, Maryland, titled her paper, Adjusting to College During a Pandemic, the relationships between first-year college adjustment, threat perception of COVID-19, and parental attachment. The psychology major, who graduates summa cum laude and a college scholar with honors in psychology, examined the possible connections between adjustment to college during a pandemic and parental attachment relationships. Psychology professor and Dunn's capstone advisor, Jack Arnall, said her project stood out from the beginning due to its timeliness, importance, and sophistication of design. She advanced through each level of the research process with the abilities of an advanced graduate student, and not surprisingly, her paper reflected those same abilities, he said. After serving a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Orem, Utah for 18 months, Julia plans to apply to graduate school to get her master's degree in marriage and family therapy. Congratulations, Julia. I would also like to announce that the winner of this year's Argonaut Award winner as the graduating senior with the highest grade point average is Julia. So double congratulations today. Really proud of you guys. Congratulations. Trustee Alumni Awards are given each year to McDaniel graduates who have gone on to distinguish themselves in their careers following their time with us on the Hill. Will the marshals please escort our Trustee Alumni Award winner? These recipients, unbeknownst to them, are nominated, evaluated by the Academic and Campus Life Committee, and then approved by the full Board of Trustees. This year, the Board approved an outstanding honoree whose credentials and achievements clearly designate him as a role model for us all. You might recognize this year's recipient as he has been the public face of the ongoing mitigation efforts in Carroll County related to the COVID-19 pandemic. Today, we would like to especially recognize his efforts on behalf of not only Carroll County, but also the McDaniel community. It is through his efforts and through his consultation with our staff that this in-person ceremony was able to take place. It is my pleasure to introduce Ed Singer, class of 1987. Ed Singer, class of 1987, integrity, compassion, and service. These are three words that will forever be tied to your name. In such an unprecedented year that required countless businesses and schools to close and left fear reigning in the hearts and minds of residents, we saw true heroes step forward, and one of them was you. You valiantly served as Carroll County's health officer and incident commander for Carroll County's COVID-19 response. While many stayed safely at home, you courageously led a team of 185 staff into the battle against an unknown virus. Over the course of the past 16 months, you have overseen outbreak investigations, contact tracing, mass and community-based testing, vaccinations, community PPE supply, education, enforcement and mitigation, and as an advisor to various organizations on issues related to COVID-19. You're not one to lead from the sidelines. You immersed yourself in the work of your team, much of which required long days and sleepless nights. From constant phone calls and emails with local leaders, often us, to carrying face shields from storage, you did it all. We will be forever grateful for your partnership with McDaniel and your ongoing efforts to keep our campus community safe. With your help, we reimagined classroom spaces, dorm rooms, dining and outdoor activities and gatherings, established distancing guidelines, capacity signage and communication, and it led us to maintain the best and safest possible on-campus in-person experience for students. In addition, through your help, today's ceremonies were able to take place. In a pandemic that delivers twists and turns every step of the way, we are incredibly grateful to have your leadership and guidance. It has been crucial to our success. But this isn't the first time Ed's servant leadership shined bright. As a student on the Hill, you were captain of the wrestling team, a member of Sigma Phi Epsilon fraternity, the track and field team, and ecology club. As a senior, you were honored with the Charles Havens Award, given to a student who has participated in intercollegiate athletics and shown the attributes of charity, altruism, benevolence, and humane concern. You went on to serve for 24 years in the Maryland Army National Guard and the United States Army Reserve, serving in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Central Asia, working as a civil affairs officer in building infrastructure, expanding health systems, and building emergency preparedness. For your service to our country, you have been awarded the Bronze Star twice, the Meritorious Service Ribbon 3 times, and the Combat Action Badge. Integrity, compassion, service. Values you've displayed over and again through your lifetime in a career that reflects the life-changing mission of this college. Therefore, with deep gratitude and respect, it is our honor to present you with the Trustee Alumni Award in recognition of your tremendous service to the college and the Carroll County community. Congratulations, Ed. Smile for the camera here. Oh, no, one more shot. You're up.
Thank you, Dr. Casey. It's hot. It's a pleasure to be here today and getting back to a little bit closer to normal. Good afternoon, President Casey, faculty, graduates, and parents. It's a pleasure to be here today to accept the McDaniel Trustee Alumni Award. I'm certain this is not the senior year that any of you wanted to have, but you've done an amazing job. In order to reach this day, it's a lot of things you've been through all the uncertainty and the tension caused by COVID-19 pandemic. You and the faculty and staff have done a commendable job in keeping the campus community as safe as possible and working with the health department team to get to this day. I'm proud to say that McDaniel got through the year with no major outbreaks and no shutdowns. Not all colleges can say this. And, you know, it's really because of the communication that we were able to accomplish this as a team. Not everyone here can be first in their class and have the highest GPA, although I've seen some people up here already that did that. I know that I did not have these distinctions when I was here. I graduated, and as I look back on my education at McDaniel, it formed a foundation for who I would become. Every graduate has that same foundation and opportunity as you graduate today. There are two main things that I still carry with me from college. One was using the problem-solving principles that I learned as a biology major. Did not matter if I was working on delivery of critical infrastructure needs when I was deployed to Afghanistan or Iraq, or developing strategies to help our community get through the COVID-19 pandemic. Using data and the problem-solving skills that I learned at McDaniel helped me analyze and address the core issues. The other thing that I took from McDaniel was the importance of personal and professional relationships. I had several professors at McDaniel who were mentors to me and helped me through my college experience. I have always valued what they did for me, and it made me understand how much more successful you can be if you build relationships and partnerships with others, because together we are all stronger. My wife reinforced this principle with me as we were raising our children. I would always tell my kids, be proactive, work hard, be honest, do quality work. And my wife would always add, and be nice to other people. I think that be nice to other people statement has really served me best. Taking the time to listen to others and doing what you can to help them meet their needs creates meaningful relationships and, in turn, a strong community. I credit my mentors for helping me successfully navigate college and my Army colleagues for my successful military career. And I credit our many community partners for helping me and the Carroll County Health Department team and the entire community navigate this public health crisis over the past 15 months. From the first case to the last vaccine, our county's response to COVID-19 pandemic has been much stronger because of the partnerships we developed even before the pandemic began. McDaniel College is one of our great partners, and our coordinated efforts help make it possible for you to complete your college journey in these uncertain times. So, use your skills to help solve problems and make the world a better place. Be nice to other people, and you will create relationships that will change your life for the better. And do both of these things at the same time by getting vaccinated. The vaccinated part will help bring an end to this pandemic because I want to take a vacation. It'll keep you from having to quarantine. I'm sure some of you out there have had to deal with that this year. Nobody wants to have their life interrupted by a quarantine. And let me and my staff get back to what we did as a health department before this pandemic. Thank you all very much, and thank you, Dr. Casey. I'm very honored to be here today.
Last weekend at our annual meeting, the McDaniel College Board of Trustees had the honor to present Tina Bjarkle, the President Emerita of the McDaniel Independent College and University Association, with an honorary Doctor of Humane Letters degree. Throughout her career, Tina worked tirelessly to ensure access to quality education and rightfully earned the reputation of being the name, the face, and the voice of private education in Maryland. Her extraordinary work opened the doors for so many well-deserving students, and it was our distinct honor to recognize her work with the awarding of an honorary degree. Can we give a round of applause for Dr. Bjarkle? It's now our privilege to confer 2 additional honorary degrees recommended by the board's Academic and Campus Life Committee and duly approved by the entire Board of Trustees. I have the honor to present Mary Lynn Durham and Bill Raj, both members of the class of 1970, for the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws. Mary Lynn and Bill, you are an extraordinary team whose story began right here on the Hill. As fate would have it, you met in the library your first year of college and were married your senior year, with the late Ira Zepp Jr., professor of religious studies, officiating. And so began an incredible journey, one that has spanned over 5 decades and has been devoted to service and philanthropy. As students, you were both active members in college life, and you took advantage of every opportunity. Mary Lynn, you dedicated your time to being a member of Sigma Sigma Tau, now Phi Sigma Sigma sorority, and chairing the honor court. Bill, you dedicated your time to Pi Alpha Alpha, now Phi Delta Theta fraternity. And Bill, you also had the opportunity, at the encouragement of the late Ralph Price, former head of economics, to spend your junior year in India, which you have proclaimed as one of the most transformative experiences of your life. After graduation, you went on to earn advanced degrees. And Bill, you served as a first lieutenant in the United States military, a service for which we are incredibly grateful. You both then built successful careers at Jones Day, an international law firm headquartered in Cleveland. Mary Lynn later moved on to establish an independent law practice, and Bill became chairman, president, and CEO of Aeroco, a leading global manufacturer and marketer of superior engineered electrical and fastening products for the electrical, mechanical, and civil applications. Mary Lynn, in 2003, you returned to the Hill to serve as a member of the Board of Trustees. Over the past 18 years, you have been an invaluable advisor and passionate advocate for the student experience through your work on multiple board committees, including the Academic and Campus Life Committee and the Enrollment Management and Marketing Committee. You've also taken on leadership roles, serving as vice chair for the past 12 years, chairing the Executive Compensation Committee and the 2010 Presidential Search Committee, which brought this certain president to the campus, and serving as a member of the most recent presidential search and the college's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Task Force. Mary Lynn and Bill, your leadership and support of McDaniel through the years has helped us to amplify our Students First mission. Your generosity is unmatched. It has literally changed the landscape of this campus. Your most recent $5 million leadership gift allowed for the renovation of the Raj Student Center, formerly Decker, and gave our students a magnificent place to work, eat, relax, and enjoy their time together. You've also given so many well-deserving students the opportunity to call this place a second home through the establishment of scholarships, like the Mary Lynn Durham 70 and William Raj 70 Merit Scholarship Fund. And you do it all without a hint of need for recognition or praise. So while many students may never know you personally, or even be able to thank you directly, you can feel confident in the fact you have significantly changed their lives for the better. Mary Lynn and Bill, your service and dedication has made all the difference in the life of this college and our students. Your spirit of generosity is one that is hard to find, but it is not easily forgotten, and it has inspired us all. So with gratitude and tremendous respect for all you do, it is my profound privilege to honor you both today and give you recognition you so rightfully deserve, but you never expect. General Gunther.
Mary Lynn and Bill. Mary Lynn and Bill, we are immensely proud of all that you have accomplished, and on occasion of this 151st commencement of the college, it is my privilege to confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws, to invest you with the hood appropriate to this degree, and to welcome you into all the privileges and honors related thereto.
Thank you, President Casey, for that wonderful introduction. We are so honored to be here with you today, President Casey, as you complete 11 years of inspired and superb leadership of McDaniel College. And to my colleagues on the Board of Trustees, thank you. You are all so remarkable. President Casey, Chairman Gunther, faculty, trustees, parents, family, honored guests, and especially our 2021 graduates, congratulations. We are delighted to join you here today in actual physical time and space to celebrate all of your achievements. We're excited to see you claim your place as legatees of McDaniel's proud history, and we are honored to watch you march in step with the visionaries who founded this college and those who, for 154 years, have rung the bells and ignited the fires of learning on the Hill. The Shawnee Indians have a saying: we are all one child spinning through Mother Sky. From the hunters, fishermen, and farmers of the 17th century, living so close to their natural world, comes this stunning image of human unity and the wonder of life. Together, we are one child spinning through Mother Sky. That picture thrusts us as a package right smack into the middle of the cosmos, and it epitomizes imagination. Imagination is perhaps our most illuminating human capacity. We share it with ancient mankind, tribal people, and each other. We associate it with images of propulsion and power, along with intellect, speech, and advanced dexterity. Our imaginations distinguish us as creatures. They allow us to empathize, hypothesize, and visualize. Like a child's ability to acquire language, our imaginative powers are manifest in results, including our dreams, inventions, and creations. We naturally think of gifted artists and musicians, and we revere our storytellers, from Homer to Toni Morrison. Their imaginations frame so much of our shared psychological landscape. Here at McDaniel, imaginative learning opportunities spanning everything from the arts and letters to our innovation and entrepreneurship programs have broadened and inspired you. And this year, McDaniel leadership and faculty, who brilliantly reimagined living and learning on the Hill, became their own shining example. Throughout your pursuits of the liberal arts and sciences, you have discovered imagination at work. The venerable Plato and Aristotle recognized imagination. And it was Adam Smith who argued that more than any other factor, imagination opens us to change and propels us, there's that one child spinning again, propels us to our full human potential. And what about the sciences? Just think of all the theories, discoveries, and technology that now enhance our understanding of Mother Sky. Albert Einstein singled out imagination as more important than intelligence in scientific research. Why? Because in every field, imagination enables us to extend reason, to go beyond what can be observed or measured, to involve ourselves in the existential mysteries of life, and to explore other realms of space, time, and expression. Imagination is a touchstone for contemporary voices of individuals in a multitude of pursuits. Artist Hiroko Sakai says, "When we tap into our imaginations, we are bombs of possibilities." And trailblazing Dr. Mae Jemison teaches that imagination, creativity, and curiosity, those capacities are our places in the world. And now, before concluding, I would like to recall some received wisdom from William Shakespeare. In his play, The Tempest, we meet Prospero, a powerful wizard who conjures up some awesome poetic and environmental havoc. But toward the end of the play, Prospero becomes more focused, and he imparts the wonderful secret. We are such stuff as dreams are made on. You are that stuff. As you commence the next part of your lives, I wish each of you all the best. Pursue lives of wonder and creation. Embrace the opportunities ahead with the full force of your imaginations. And always know that you are not alone. This trip we're on, spinning through Mother Sky, is a journey we make together. In our humanity, we are one child.
Thank you, Roger and Gunther, for that kind introduction and for your many years of excellent leadership. Graduates, the class of 2021. Graduates, has a good ring to it, doesn't it? It's a pleasure to be part of this celebration of your accomplishments. Years ago, a McDaniel alum speaking to the students informed them that he had graduated summa cum laude. I'm not sure whether that's true. I really have no clue. Like most of you, I graduated well on the safe side of lucky. However, I believe you and I all are summa cum laude to have attended McDaniel. 4 years of living and learning among gifted professors and students, focusing solely on expanding your own understanding of the world. Well, perhaps solely focused most of the time. All within the supportive academic community dedicated to assisting you in that endeavor, and all in the very pleasant surrounding of the Hill. You and I are privileged to have had this experience. In 2021, we expect individuals with the ability to succeed in college and the motivation to do so to be able to attend a college education. This is a wonderful development. But viewed against even relatively recent human experience, it's a phenomenal development. 100 years ago, 10% of the U.S. population had a high school education. The median education level was 8th grade. Attending college was rare indeed, and except for a few select, it was unattainable, even unimaginable. At 22, this may seem like ancient history, but at 72, it doesn't feel so ancient. To personalize the experience, my maternal grandparents were both born in Philadelphia to middle-class families. They attended school till 8th grade and then went to work full-time at 14. My paternal grandparents were born in Austria to peasant, landless farmers. They immigrated to the United States as teenagers. They were both totally illiterate, never having attended a single day of school, and they both were working on the land by age 6. These educational experiences were not unusual 100 years ago. What permitted this dramatic change in our college experience and expectations? College is extremely expensive. Probably not news to you. Very few 18-year-olds are able to pay their own living expenses, plus the cost of college, which each year now is greater than the average American earns. Someone else must supply the majority of the funds for 4 years of college education. Historically, these funds were provided largely by the student's family, thus restricting the opportunity to a small segment of potential students. Even today, for most college students, family funds have to be supplemented by scholarships and loans made by people the students never meet or by the taxpayers, 60% of whom don't themselves have a college education. In order for this to happen on such a broad scale, a society must be wealthy enough to be willing to devote massive resources to supporting broad college availability. 100 years ago, the U.S. economy, and in fact, no economy of any society, permitted this level and breadth of college education that we expect today. During the last 100 years, the U.S. free market economy has generated extraordinary growth and provided unimaginable prosperity and the standard of living for the average citizen, which would have been unbelievable to any prior society at any time or place. This dynamic growth and prosperity has permitted the very positive development of our increased expectations for educational opportunities. Today, we gather to celebrate your earning the right to be called McDaniel graduates. While we celebrate, it's appropriate to take a minute to recognize how lucky we all are to live in this age of prosperity in a country where the economy generates abundant resources to provide the type of education we have all had and we expect for others. And a moment to recognize how fortunate we are to be the beneficiaries of the willingness of others, family, parents, perfect strangers, and taxpayers, to believe enough in us to spend their assets to provide us the opportunity to achieve a college education. We are all indeed summum cum laude to have attended McDaniel. As you decide what you're going to do with that education, I leave you with one question to consider. The comment that life is a journey, not a destination, is a cliche. But cliches become cliches because they contain an element of insight. With the benefit of a lot of years of hindsight, I would suggest that the most important of life's questions, life's journey's questions, is whom you will select to include in your journey. Of course, this includes, in part, your choice of spouse, significant other, life partner, or decision not to join with just one individual. The co-ed with whom I pooled our then life savings of $350 in a joint checking account on the first day of our sophomore year at McDaniel 55 years ago, who just addressed you, has been the biggest factor in what success I've had, and even more importantly, in the happiness of my life's journey. But the issue of who you share your journey with is much broader. It includes the family and friends you create and maintain, the colleagues you come with a particular job choice, the people in the associations you choose to join, those who live in the communities which you choose to live in. These are the people who become your tribe and who daily impact your life. The people of McDaniel, students, faculty, administration, have enriched our lives for more than 50 years. I note with some pride that Ethan Seidel was awarded Professor Emeritus status after 52 years of teaching. I was a student in the first class Ethan Seidel ever taught at McDaniel College. He's been part, like so many others at McDaniel, of our life's journey for more than 50 years. As you make the decision about what you are going to do, where you're going to do it, you are implicitly making choices about who you're going to include in your life's journey. I suggest that you take that and make it an explicit part of your decision. With each personal life decision, take time to ask yourself, what is the impact of this decision on the people I'm selecting for or excluding from my life's journey? Congratulations and good luck. Thank you.
Congratulations, Bill, Mary Lynn, and thank you so much for your words, for your support, for your wisdom, and for your love of this college. It certainly shows. Before we move to the awarding of degrees, I want to just take a moment to note a couple of changes that we had to make in the process this year to ensure the safety of our staff, students, and our honored guests. Typically, during this portion of the ceremony, we would invite our students forward. We'd have them walk across the stage. I would get the privilege of handing you your diploma and shaking your hand. But unfortunately, our COVID-19 restrictions prevent us from doing parts of that ceremony. So in just a few moments, at the direction of the marshals, students will be invited forward, will have a chance to process across the stage. They will pick up their diploma tube from the table right behind me. And I advise you, I learned this morning, you should pick it up from the bottom. And then you will process the rest of the way across the stage, take off your mask, and get your photograph taken over here in front of the McDaniel stand. I'm sorry that I can't get to shake your hand, but I'm going to be at the end of the stage to congratulate each and every one of you when you walk down those steps. And so, now, this is the moment you have been waiting for. On with the degrees. Dr. Mazur.
Thank you, Mr. President. Traditionally, each master's candidate would be hooded individually as they come to the stage for their diploma. The hooding is a visible recognition of the student's achievement of an advanced degree. However, today, to mitigate potential health risks associated with individual hooding, our master's candidates have been asked to enter the stadium with their hoods on. However, we would now like to take a moment to collectively honor their achievement by symbolically hooding one of our master's candidates on behalf of the graduate class of 2021 prior to the walking the stage. The origins of the academic dress date back to the 12th and 13th centuries. The regalia is a visible reminder that the process of intellectual pursuit has historic and honorable antecedents. Academic attire consists of gowns, hoods, and caps designed to honor and recognize various levels of degree attainment. The bachelor's gown falls in straight lines and has long pointed sleeves, while the sleeves for master's gowns are closed with slits for the arms at the wrist. The doctor's gown has velvet facing and 3 velvet bars on bell-shaped sleeves. The black mortarboard cap with 4 sides is most commonly worn by bachelor's and master's candidates, while those awarded the doctoral degree most commonly wear an 8-sided tam. Typically, candidates also receive a hood which symbolizes the level of achievement by the hood's length. The bachelor's hood is 3 feet long, a master's is 3.5 feet, and the doctoral hood is typically 5 feet in length. The colors of the velvet bands on each hood represent the scholar's degree, while the official colors of the school awarding the degree are always shown in the lining of the hood. McDaniel's colors are olive green and old gold. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, President, Provost, Deans, and faculty, McDaniel would like to recognize the master's candidates of the class of 2021 for your advanced academic achievement. Congratulations and job well done. Marshall? Marshall, will you please hood the candidate? Candidates for the degree of Master of Science, please stand and remain in place. Mr. President, I have the honor to present these candidates for the degree of Master of Science.
By the authority of the Board of Trustees of McDaniel College delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science, admitting you to all the rights and privileges appertaining to such degree. In testimony whereof, I present you the diploma of the college, invest you with the hood appropriate to the degree, and welcome you into the fellowship of the alumni of this academic community.
Master students, please be seated and come forward at the direction of the marshal. Daphne Dees Ado. Tolulupe Alawasa Akinsanya. Kiana L. Baskerville. Laura Bain. Farouk Butwala. Kimberly Crowdy Bracey. Christina Marie Campitelli. Dolce Maria Carrillo. Michelle A. Sarancioni. Aileen Marie Cordova. Stephanie May Craddock. Tara Nicole Duval. Rosiana Elizabeth Ezel. Paul Anthony Flagg. Andrea Rose Flickinger. Christy Lee Fogel. Shelley M. Gaddy. William James Giles, brother of McDaniel employee Aaron Benevento. Christine Elizabeth Gower. Zaria Saray Green. Tiffany Joy Grove. Jasmine Hart. Trina Harvey. Rebecca K. Horn. Beverly Ann Isaac. Jasmine Olivia Jefferson. Perche Renee Jefferson. Tamisa Johnson. Kiana Key. India Shard Lamb. Sarah A. Littlejohn. Sarah F. Mahmood. Emily Hope Marriage. Marilina Saragotakis Mikalis. Christian Stewart Morales. Jackson Mumford. Amber Perry. Annie Page Plumley. Christian V. Popoff. Kristen N. Sanders. Chris Sanford. Jessica Lynn Scanlon. Selena Renee Schneider. Margaret Mary Sears. Matthew Kevin Smith. Brooke Ashley Stone. Bolima Tafa. Shaylin L. Todd. John Thomas Euler. Megan Elizabeth Valentine. Lynn Alexis Virgil Garcia. Alexandra Lauren Welsh. Betsy Christina Warner. Cianti Capri Grinnell Williams. Tara Marie Wood. Ashley Yusuf. Tiffany Ziegler. Christina L. Zimmerman. Candidates for the degree of Master of Liberal Arts, will you please stand and remain in place? Mr. President, I have the honor to present these candidates for the degree of Master of Liberal Arts.
By the authority of the Board of Trustees of McDaniel College delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Liberal Arts, admitting you to all of the rights and privileges appertaining to such degree. In testimony whereof, I present you the diploma of the college, invest you with the hood appropriate to the degree, and welcome you into the fellowship of the alumni of this academic community.
Please remain standing and come forward at the direction of the marshals. Vanessa Holly Bodine. Hannah Rebecca Fitzgerald. Jennifer Lorenzini Warzinski, McDaniel College employee. Congratulations to all of our graduates.
Congratulations. At this time, we will move into awarding the Bachelor of Arts degrees, and as a reminder, we will follow the same safety protocols just used for the awarding of our master's candidates. So at the direction of the marshals, students will be invited forward to process across the stage, pick up your diploma tube from this table right behind me, again, grab it by the bottom, and then process the rest of the way across the stage, and we will congratulate you, and you can have your photograph taken. Madam Provost.
Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts will please stand and remain in place. Mr. President, I have the honor to present these candidates for the degree of Bachelors of Art.
By the authority of the Board of Trustees of McDaniel College delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts, admitting you to all the rights and privileges appertaining to such degree. In testimony whereof, I present you the diploma of the college and welcome you into the fellowship of the alumni of this academic community.
I ask the class of 2021 to come forward at the direction of the marshals. Khalid M. Abu Hantesh. Tanner D. Adamchek. Michelle C. Addo, cum laude. Ines K. Agasaro. MM Obang G. Akban, cum laude, Global Fellow, Honors in Philosophy. Nicholas Thomas Arbolto. Alexander Mayer Ullman. Nathaniel Aaron Alston, Jr. Matt C. Anzalon, cum laude. Cooper J. Archambault. Nicole E. Avernis. Carolina Gilda Ayala, cum laude, Honors in History. Madison Balvac. Taylor M. Baldwin, cum laude. Brandon R. Bandy. Jackson P. Banner. Valerie A. Barker. Kevin Barnes, Jr. Jenna Barth, magna cum laude. Octavia Kamusime Beriyayabwe, cum laude. Getting there. Lauren Marie Bass, magna cum laude. Rachel Joy Behrman Fowler. Thomas J. Belazer. Annalise Bell, magna cum laude, college scholar. Brooks A. Banassi. Rachel Christine Beer, summa cum laude, college scholar, Dorsey scholar. Aaron G. Bilby, cum laude. Abigail Blankenship, cum laude. Morgan Bliss, cum laude, college scholar, global fellow, honors in environmental studies. Vanessa Grace Bliss. Clayton Owen Bollinger, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa, college scholar, honors in mathematics. Nicholas A. Bowman, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa, college scholar. Blair Arlene Boyle, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa, college scholar, honors in mathematics. Brooke S. Brookhart, magna cum laude. Micah John Brooks. Emmanuel D. Brown. Ethan C. Brown, summa cum laude, honors in music. Alex C. Browning. Stephen A. Bullock. Kibra B. Bullets. Marley A. Burgess, magna cum laude. Albert L. Berker, grandson of Dr. Francis Skip Fennell, Professor Emeritus of Education and Graduate Professional Studies, and 2018 recipient of an honorary Doctor of Humane Letters, who is presenting his diploma. Amanda M. Burns. Janae N. Burrell, cum laude. Markia Burton. Dominique Lee Paganini Byerly. Zacharias J. Callis. Kelly Nicole Carter. Christina M. Cespedes. Kylie A. Cespedes. John M. Chapin. Bailey A. Chapman, magna cum laude. James Wyatt Church. Quinn A. Cleary, cum laude. Nicholas Brian Cloutier. Carly N. Cunjero. Joseph James Conklin, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa, College Scholar, Dorsey Scholar. Tiana Cheyenne Connor, cum laude, Honors in Communication. Deshaun Cooper. Michael Greg Corinaldi. Dylan Michael Castor. Yeli A. Koulibaly, Global Fellows. Jillian Rita Courtney, summa cum laude, College Scholar, Honors in Communication. Sarah Crew Cowan, magna cum laude, Honors in Environmental Studies. Michael Alfred Causey. Gianna M. Davella. Jordan H. Davis, magna cum laude, Honors in Communication. Joshua Thomas Davis. Nyla C. Davis. Ashley Noel Deal, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Morgan T. DeColi, cum laude, Honors in Communication. Christopher J. DeGeorge. Janice Ivana Danielle Rossi. Mimi G. Desta, cum laude. Rohini Dara. Moira De Gia Cumantion, cum laude. Catherine P. Dixon, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa, Honors in Environmental Studies. Patricia Dixon, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa, Honors in Psychology. Miles A. Dorsey. Ryan A. Downs. Madison S. Downey. Julia Kate Dunn, summa cum laude, college scholar, honors in psychology, Dorsey Scholar. Dania C. Duppins. Brandy Elena Dupree. Tracy Davin Lee Easton. Gail A. Edelstein, magna cum laude, college scholar, honors in psychology. Ashley Edwards, magna cum laude. Justin J. Edwards, cum laude. Keisha G. Edwards. Lauren J. Ewart, cum laude. James Robert Fagan. Peyton Taylor Fair, summa cum laude, college scholar, honors in biology. Catherine Elizabeth Fairbank, magna cum laude. Emma M. Findelson, daughter of McDaniel Adjunct Faculty Steve Findelson, honors in history. Jacob E. Fine, magna cum laude, honors in music. Colin T. Fisher. Delaney Zaidet Ford, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Paige E. Ford, cum laude. Amara Naja Foster, magna cum laude. Larae V. Francisco. Deontay L. Freeman. Noah Ethan Friedman. Valerie N. Galderisi. Cameron M. Gephardt. Amber Marie Geisler, cum laude. Kaylee C. Gelnett, cum laude. Takil Gibson. Madison Tezu Yagona. Alexia Paulette Gonzalez, cum laude. Megan A. Gorsuch, cum laude, college scholar, global fellow. Christopher A. Green. I'm just recovering. Give me a second. Woo. All right, I needed that. That's good. Malik W. Greer. Mason J. Grimm, cum laude. Rachel A. Gunnarsson, summa cum laude. Dorothy Elsie Hager. Nicholas J. Halberstam, magna cum laude, honors in history. Amanda J. Halcutt. Lonnie Paul Hamlet III. Kendall K. Hannock, magna cum laude, college scholar, honors in biology. Zachary J. Harris. Christian G. Hoffman. Haley Lane Hawkins. Justin Alexander Hayes. Kaylee Heacock. Dustin J. Herrera. Daquan E. Hill. Elizabeth Catlin Hobbs, cum laude. Teague Hoffman. Hakeem H. Holland. Davin Hong, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa, college scholar, honors in biology. Mackenzie Ray Hunt, summa cum laude, honors in psychology. Cindy T. Hun. Joseph J. Hines. Darius P. Isom. Jordan Jackson. Madison Stavro Jameson. Julian A. Jenkins. Jared Andrew Jeremy. Paige N. Johnson. Faith Brianna Joseph. Sienna Kelly. Sorry. Sydney Evelyn Kelly. Orbel Kishishi, magna. Zachary Hunter Kick, son of McDaniel employee Kathleen P. Green. Sarah Constance Kirk. Samantha L. Klein, magna cum laude. Congratulations. Jace Marjorie Klingenberg, summa cum laude, college scholar, honors in chemistry. Jackson S. Cradaville, summa cum laude, college scholar. Zachary Leon Crowitz, cum laude. Anna J. Kuhn, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa, college scholar, honors in biology, honors in German. Stephen Edward Lang, summa cum laude. Isabella Medley Labo, cum laude. Michaela R. Lee, magna cum laude, honors in English. Kayla Marie Leonard, magna cum laude, college scholar, honors in biology, honors in chemistry. Hunter M. Lindsay, cum laude. Catherine A. Little. Daniel James Lombardo. Michaela L. Longmire, cum laude, Global Fellow. Emma Rebecca Lorenzen, cum laude, honors in communication. Jackson Quinn Lystra. Katina D. Mabel. Colin Timothy McDonald. Hayden J. Makoviak. Kirsten Makoviak, cum laude. Nicholas Gregory Melanowski. Jordan Lynn Manzan. Melanie M. Martin. Stephanie Mercedes Martinez, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa, honors in biology. Kyle S. McAllister. Matthew R. McBride. Sarah Michelle McClintock, honors in history. Lauren Michelle McCrae. Jeremy Andrew McDermott, cum laude, college scholar. Samuel J. McDermott. Christopher C. McDonald. Sydney Michelle McDonald, summa cum laude. John R. McGeckern, summa cum laude, college scholar, honors in environmental studies. James Doherty McGettrick. Lauren Kathleen McKenna, magna cum laude, honors in psychology, honors in theater arts. Mackenzie Catherine Meyer, summa cum laude, college scholar, honors in biology. Claire Marie Mullane Milne, cum laude. Mary Elizabeth Minter. Scott Miser. April Lynn Mitchell, cum laude, honors in philosophy. Maya J. Mitchell. Richard Scott Mitchell. Daquan Moore. Melinda C. Morgan, summa cum laude, college scholar. Jacob Morris. Julia Marie Murphy, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. Caitlin N. Murphy, summa cum laude, college scholar, honors in biology. Anakai L. Murray. Angel May Faith Neville, cum laude. Austin James Newby. Jaden D. Nicely, cum laude. Anna E. Odell, honors in theater arts. Riley O. O'Hara. Melissa Carolina Onate Goyes, cum laude, Global Fellows. Jose Luis Osario, cum laude, honors in cinema. Greta Renee Ouimet, cum laude. Priscilla Owusu, cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa, Global Fellow. Jose Manuel Pac Cordero, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa, college scholar, Global Fellow, honors in biology. Tyler C. Palermiti. Sarah Geraldine Palin. Alec J. Parker. Leah D. Parker Deck. Michaela A. Patterson, summa cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa, college scholar, honors in biology. Michaela D. Persinger, cum laude. Glenn Allen Phillips. Haley M. Phillips, magna cum laude, honors in environmental studies. Madison McKenna Poole, summa cum laude. Taylor Lauren Popalis, cum laude. Michael Aaron E. Prey III. Gabriella Rose Price. Sean Matthew Puller. Matthew James Purnell. Krista Nicole Queen. Matthew R. Quinn. William Ray. Owen Brian Manuel Reese. Chandra Teresa Reef, daughter of McDaniel faculty member emeritus Henry Reef, who is presenting her diploma. Emily C. Renfro. Grace M. Rennick, cum laude. Ryan M. Ribling, cum laude, honors in environmental studies. Molly O. Reiner. Darren T. Rivers. Corey Antonio Robertson. Andrew Bolton Robinson. Julia May Robinson, cum laude, honors in art. Pedrita Robinson, wife of McDaniel ROT faculty Master Sergeant Marcus Robinson, who is presenting her diploma. Nicole M. Roop, cum laude. Emily A. Rosada Cruz. Jake Anthony Rufo. Tira Rose Salvati, cum laude, college scholar. Kai J. Samuels. Jordan Elizabeth Sartori. Sophus Albert Skanka. Benjamin G. Shipper. Corey M. Schlee. Connor A. Schnabel. Madison L. Schwartz. Michael A. Scott. James Charles Scully, Jr. Shade N. Segovia. Zachary David Schrift. Courtney M. Shoemaker. Noel K. Skoda. William R. Smith. You got to follow that, you know. Okay, all right. All right. Darius Terrell Speaks. Brianna Lee Spor-E. Mateo Augusto Sposado. Colin James Springer. Cameron Victor St. Andre. Douglas Q. Starlipper, magna cum laude. Jillian May Stewart, summa cum laude, college scholar, honors in biology. Miriam Estella Stewart. Brittany Swanson. DeAndre Christopher Tackett. Shaquille Terrell. Sarah Deanna Tarr, cum laude. Jessica Nicole Thomas. Raquel E. Thompson, summa cum laude. Hannah Ann Thompson, magna cum laude, college scholar, honors in psychology. Alyssa J. Trenton, cum laude. Naeem H. Tripp. Morgan Mackenzie Tyler, daughter of McDaniel employee Pat Tyler and sister of McDaniel adjunct faculty member Brittany Baker. Matthew Edward Ulrich. Garrick T. Vandervalk, magna cum laude. Abigail T. Vidals, cum laude. Elena S. Villanueva, honors in chemistry. Nicholas Alexander Villarreal. Olivia Amori von Kukeritz, cum laude, honors in English. Michaela Elizabeth Walton. Gunnar C. Ward, magna cum laude, honors in environmental studies. Jenna Marie Warren. Aaron J. Washington. James Joseph Warzinski, son of McDaniel employee Jenny Warzinski. Jacob R. Wells. Aaron E. White. Brandon A. White. Corin L. White. Jasmine I. White. Mason Thomas White. Kaylin Grace Wilson. Mia Campbell Wilson. Audrey M. Wickstead, summa cum laude, honors in history. JC Nicole Wood, honors in environmental studies. Linda T. Wood. Brendan R. Woody. Kristen A. Worry. Ashley M. Wright, magna cum laude, college scholar, honors in mathematics. Robel S. Yegabaha. Faith Marie Young. Sarah N. Zachariah, cum laude. Hannah Catherine Zajac. Sydney Alexandra Zabrowski.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the McDaniel class of 2021. I would like to take a moment now to recognize 4 graduates who yesterday morning received commissions into the United States Army through the ROTC program on campus. Please stand as I call your name so that we can applaud your service. Second Lieutenant Zachary Leon Crowitz. Second Lieutenant Claire Marie Mullane Milne. Second Lieutenant Riley O. O'Hara. Second Lieutenant Cameron Victor St. Andre. We salute you. Thank you. Memorial Day is just over a week away, and I think it appropriate that we take a moment to remember and honor those military personnel who have given their lives in service to our country. Would you join me for a moment of silence? Thank you. And while we are honoring people who have sacrificed for our benefit and well-being, I want to ask each graduate to look around you and recognize the people all of us owe gratitude and appreciation to: the parents, the grandparents, sponsors, husbands, wives, aunts, uncles, guardians, and children of graduates. Graduates, let's shout out their praises. Let's show them how much they mean to us. Would you please show them some love? This event would not be possible today without the extraordinary work of a dedicated group of McDaniel volunteers. It indeed took the entire village to make this event possible. But I especially want to thank our Vice President, Janelle Hombo, for her brilliant vision in being the architect of this event. She's over here under the tent, Janelle, and all the volunteers. Thank you. Thank you. I also want to say what an incredible privilege it has been to serve as your president for the last 11 years. I thank you all for this opportunity, and it's my incredible honor to now serve our 10th president, Dr. Julia Jaskin. Would you give me a hand in welcoming our next president? And now it is my pleasure to introduce the president of the McDaniel College Alumni Association, Chuck Sullivan, class of 1972.
The McDaniel Alumni Association was formed in 1872. Since its inception, the Alumni Association has played a significant role in engaging McDaniel alumni with the mission of our campus, organizing networking and mentoring opportunities, and celebrating alumni achievements around the world. As it says in our alma mater, we'll be ever loyal to thee. On behalf of the McDaniel College Alumni Association, I welcome each of you into the Alumni Association. In recognition of your new alumni status, a gift has been placed under your chairs. Congratulations to you, our newest McDaniel alums. We proudly welcome you into your Alumni Association. We have you now. You are McDaniel. We are Green Terrors for life.
We would normally conclude this happy occasion of the 151st commencement of McDaniel College by singing our alma mater, but I regret that this year COVID-19 restrictions prevent us from doing that. However, we will conclude our ceremony by listening to the alma mater and taking the opportunity to truly reflect on its words. Following the alma mater, our students will process out of the stadium. So I ask our guests, please remain seated until the entire recessional is completed. And then afterwards, feel free to reunite with your graduate at any place on campus, congratulate them on their incredible achievement, take all the pictures to commemorate this day, and remember, #McDaniel21. And I would encourage you to continue your celebration downtown. Graduates, for those of you unable to join us last night for the Class of 21 bell ringing, you're welcome to ring the bell following the ceremony. Congratulations, Class of 21. Would you please stand for the alma mater?